Robert Picardo explains Jeri Ryan treating him like a sex object in Star Trek Voyager. Robert Picardo's story about Jeri Ryan's behavior towards him on the set of Star Trek Voyager Season 4 is funny, but also highlights some real disparities in the series. Jeri Ryan joined the cast of Voyager Season 4 as 7 of 9 when Jennifer Lean departed the show after playing Kes for the first 3 seasons. Ryan quickly rose to become a wildly popular member of Voyager's cast of characters and began to establish the dynamics of Seven's relationships with USS Voyager's other crew early on. One of these relationships was Seven's friendship and mentorship with the Doctor, Robert Picardo, which began shortly after she joined Voyager's crew. Seven and the Doctor's relationship was one of the strongest parts of her character arc, and a source of both hilarity and some surprisingly poignant moments. Ryan and Picardo shared a similar relationship off-screen, only adding to their character dynamic. One of the earliest episodes that laid the groundwork for Seven and the Doctor's working relationship was Voyager Season 4, Episode 7, Scientific Method, an episode that apparently also demonstrated Picardo and Ryan's emerging friendship off-screen. Robert Picardo says Jeri Ryan treated him as a sex object in Star Trek Voyager's Scientific Method. In an interview with the official Star Trek Voyager magazine around the time of Scientific Method's airing, Robert Picardo shared a joking story of Jeri Ryan teasing him because of a certain costume he wore during the episode. Thanks to the infiltration of Voyager's crew by invisible aliens, the Doctor was forced to take refuge on Star Trek Voyager's holodeck in a Renaissance simulation, where he adopted Renaissance-style dress, including a tunic and tights. Many of Picardo's scenes in the latter half of the episode were with Jeri Ryan, and apparently hilarity ensued. Read Picardo's full quote below. Of course, you got to see me wear tights for the first time. The wonderful thing about working with Jeri Ryan when I was also wearing the spandex was that Jeri thought it was completely okay to treat me as a sex object, and it was. It was something I had been begging for years. I've always felt I had the nicest butt in the company, but I'm sure there are 8 other butts that would care to differ. Picardo went on to say in an interview with Star Trek Monthly that, "The day that I wore those tights, Jeri pinched me on the butt about 5 times. She was just so delighted that someone else had to wear tights on the show." This quote demonstrates how Ryan treated Picardo as a sex object and highlights how comfortable the two apparently were with each other already so soon after Ryan joined Voyager. However, it also highlights a real difference between 7 of 9 and the rest of the cast. Robert Picardo's joke highlights a real dichotomy in Star Trek Voyager's costumes. While it's funny to hear about Picardo and Ryan teasing each other, his story shines a light on the fact that Seven's costumes on Voyager were very different than everyone else's. Except for a few episodes, Seven's uniform on Voyager consisted of a skin-tight catsuit in several different colors, which highlighted her figure. These suits had a narrative explanation in that Seven needed a more form-fitting garment to help with her dermal regeneration after her rescue from the Borg, but also served to set her apart from the rest of the cast. Picardo's story makes it clear that Jeri Ryan was aware of the dichotomy between her suits and everyone else's Starfleet uniforms. Luckily, it sounds like Ryan had a sense of humor about the whole thing, and her teasing Picardo so ruthlessly really highlights how comfortable she was made to feel on the set of Star Trek Voyager almost immediately. If nothing else, the story suggests that Voyager's set was a lot more laid back than some other Star Trek series of the era. In the expansive world of Star Trek Voyager, a dynamic and fascinating chemistry between cast members often stood out as much as the intergalactic adventures. One particular story that has garnered much attention is the playful dynamic between Robert Picardo and Jeri Ryan, 2 stars whose characters, the Doctor and 7 of 9, often found themselves paired in pivotal moments. However, it was a behind-the-scenes anecdote that shed a humorous and telling light on their working relationship, with Picardo once jokingly claiming that Ryan treated him like a sex object on set. The evolution of the Doctor and 7 of 9 before diving into the real-life banter between the 2 actors, it's essential to understand the relationship between their characters on Voyager. Robert Picardo's portrayal of the Doctor, the emergency medical hologram, MH, was one of the show's highlights. As a sentient, evolving artificial intelligence, the Doctor's journey of self-discovery mirrored the deeper themes of humanity, identity, and purpose that ran through Star Trek's history. When Jeri Ryan joined the cast in Season 4 as 7 of 9, a former Borg drone trying to reclaim her humanity, her arrival invigorated the series. Seven of Nine's struggle to regain her individuality resonated with audiences, and much of her character development was tied to the Doctor. The Doctor, acting as a mentor of sorts, helped Seven of Nine understand human emotions and behaviors, all while wrestling with his own emerging sense of self. Their relationship became one of mutual growth and curiosity. Seven learned from the Doctor's emotional and moral lessons, while he, in turn, explored the nuances of compassion, friendship, and even love through her lens. While their on-screen interactions were mostly serious, off-screen, a lighthearted and playful rapport existed between Picardo and Ryan. Picardo's playful comment in a humorous twist that highlights the camaraderie and easy banter between the two. Robert Picardo once remarked that Jeri Ryan treated him like a sex object during their time on Voyager. While this comment may have initially raised eyebrows, it was said in a spirit of jest, with Picardo poking fun at the unusual circumstances both actors found themselves in while filming some of the more intense scenes involving their characters. Picardo's tongue-in-cheek remark likely stemmed from the inherent contrast between their characters' physical and emotional dynamics. Seven of Nine, with her striking looks and stoic demeanor, often seemed worlds apart from the Doctor's more humorous, often neurotic personality. Yet, despite these differences, the two were frequently put together in scenes exploring deeper emotional themes. Ryan's character, Seven, despite her efforts to suppress her human side, was the embodiment of physical allure and intelligence, qualities the writers often highlighted, sometimes to the chagrin of Ryan herself. She has spoken in past interviews about the challenges of wearing the iconic skin-tight catsuit, which became a focal point for many fans, despite the serious and compelling nature of her character's arc. Picardo's joke, however, flipped the usual narrative on its head, implying that rather than him being the one to ogle or fawn over Ryan, it was she who objectified him. In reality, their working relationship was built on mutual respect, and his comments served as a reminder of how humor can be a crucial tool in navigating the sometimes intense and strange circumstances of filming a sci-fi series. The real dynamic between Picardo and Ryan. Though Picardo's comment was delivered with a grin, it hints at the pressures both actors felt working on Voyager. For Ryan, joining the cast in its fourth season meant stepping into an established dynamic and proving herself to both the crew and the audience. Her role as Seven of Nine became immensely popular, but it came with the added weight of constant scrutiny, especially around her appearance. Picardo, on the other hand, had already cemented his place as a fan favorite. His character's dry wit, sarcasm, and emotional growth provided the series with both comic relief and philosophical depth. While Seven of Nine's arrival meant new opportunities for storytelling, it also shifted the ensemble dynamic, placing more emphasis on her character, much to the benefit of the show's ratings. Despite these challenges, Picardo and Ryan formed a bond that was both professional and humorous. In interviews, both actors have spoken highly of each other, praising the other's work ethic and ability to bring out the best in their shared scenes. The playful, sex object remark was likely Picardo's way of breaking the tension that can come with being part of a long-running show, especially when some scenes required a level of intimacy or vulnerability that could be uncomfortable without a foundation of trust.